Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be talking about the regional that just took place and the new format, which is Reg G. Well, it's not a new format by technicality, or actually, but I don't care. So, the tournament was really interesting, so I'm just going to look at the finals game, the final game real quick. It was very exciting. I watched it myself. I'm starting to watch the final battles of the regionals for these videos to understand the teams better. So, Aaron's team, the one that won, was just it kind of contrasted with the other team, which was a rain team, which which her team was a lot like what the format had developed into. While the other team was like what was similar, what we knew was good, and what we always knew was strong, which was the rain. It was a very interesting match. It was very close, and it was just cool to see how the teams differed from each other. We still got to see the like common things in rain, like Archaludon and Basque Legion, just show why it's such a dominant team archetype. Then her team was just a lot different, but in a good way. With the cool meta adaptations, like the Blood Moon Ursulina, which was very good in the matchup, was Assault Vest, which allowed for it to cover for Ursulina's main weakness, which is its special defense being atrocious, and by giving up a little bit of its damage output, it allows for it to just stick on the field and continuously output more damage, which was very powerful, I would say so. And then the Dragonite is just doing so amazing in this format. It's just evolving and adapting. It hasn't been bad once. So it was running Tailwind Haze, Extreme Speed Scale Shot, and it had the multi-scale ability. Having Haze is not just good for Dondozo, but it's also good for itself, because it can just remove Intimidate drops, which it couldn't do normally, and then it can just keep on doing Scale Shot and make up for Dragonite's speed and be faster and just keep on continue doing Scale Shots, which cover up for Dragonite's attack being, not having a good stab attack, because Dragon Claw isn't strongest, and Outrage is pretty stinky because it goes into a random guy and it can confuse. So having that just is amazing, and we've seen that before, but the Assault Vest is just very out of pocket but good. And on the other side of the field, we kind of already talked about the stronger Chaladon, just the good rain archetype, and both teams had a Goldango, Goldango's just amazing. It has a great special attack stat. It can boost it even further. It has a respectable bulk, and it can just fire off attacks, and it has two of some of the best types in the game. So that's all I want to talk about for the final matchup. So let's look at the top 8 teams. Okay, so we are back, and we're going to be talking about the teams. So I'm just going to gander at these real quick. You guys can too, or just skip. So we are only seeing one Sun team. This one's pretty different. It's not running Charizard, and it's running the usual normal Hisuian Typhlosion. And then we have a lot of balanced teams, as you can see, which, wow, just look, like the team 1 was basically it's just basically controlling teams. And we are seeing Amoonguss pop up a lot. Like a lot. It is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I'm counting wrong. I'm not even allowed at past elementary school. It's on 6 teams. And it's clear that Amoonguss is so good in this format, since not too many things are too strong and can just OHKO it, and it can just Terra and just put things to sleep and allow for other Pokemon to put in work, such as Goldango, who's partnered up with Amoonguss on every single team that Amoonguss is on. We're also seeing a little bit of a decline in Garchomp from previous formats. It's a slow decline, but Garchomp's still good. And we are seeing both Ursalunas do well. Obviously, the one that came in first, but Ursaluna, like the normal one, is still doing it. It's just great on Trick Room next to Porygon 2. They're both so bulky, and it's just a good Pokemon. And Trick Room, Amoonguss can't slow it down because you can just protect, get the, what's it called? Flame Orb activated, then just go berserk. And then we are seeing more Incineroar than in the beginning of the format. And people are realizing that Incineroar is actually good. Let's go. So, it's just good to see that. I don't know if it's good. I don't know. Do I like Incineroar? I don't know. But it's such a strong Pokemon night. I was always a believer in Incineroar. I'm always, because it's just absolutely ridiculous. Like, fake out, parting shot, knockoff. It's just a bunch of ridiculous factors that accumulate to make a broken Pokemon. And it's just so good. It can just slow down so many things in that game, especially Dragonite now that most of them are running multi-scale. So yeah, it's cool to see. We're also seeing some variety with my boy T-Tar. We're also seeing the Vivian, which makes a decent amount of sense. It has Compound Eyes, so it hits Hurricanes a lot more frequently. Sleep Powder's almost 100% accurate, but its stats are doo-doo garbage, so yeah, that's the biggest downside with it. It's also not 100 base speed. And yeah, we are seeing a decent amount of King Gambit, but not too much. And Hydreigon's still staying pretty relevant. It's getting pretty good results across tournaments. It's not being seen the most, but whenever it is in a tournament, it usually does well. And we are not seeing nearly as much Sneasler. Actually, no, we are seeing still a lot of Sneasler, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's still a lot less Sneasler than there was before. But then the game's just adapting and focusing on more counters, and people are probably, like, not wanting to use Sneasler because it's, like, everywhere and just finding ways to counter it, so, yeah. So that's about all I wanted to talk about for this. Also, like, there's, like, one Rillaboom that's kind of crazy. Also, a lot of people are not running Magmar anymore. I feel like it's a lot more Electabuzz. So, yeah, that's about all I want to talk about for the tournament. And now let's get into the new format. I just hit the record button. I'm such a goofball. Okay, so we are back. And, I was going to say better than ever, but... Actually, no, we are better than ever. Yeah, let's go. No, we're doing great. So, now back to the Reg G. I made a little Sun team because that's all my brain cells can comprehend right now. And I'm working on the Terapagos team and more teams that I think I can do better in. So the new format is the same one that we had previously, being Reg G. So, let's see what this guy has. So we are gonna see the same Pokemon that were legal. We're also gonna see it's basically like a whole new world. It's gonna be like probably no Dragonite that much, not that much Sneasler, not that much like Electabuzz and stuff. It's gonna be like a whole new world. So Tatsugiri. If I had Wide Guard, Rock Team, that's pretty crazy. Bro, scared of the Zard. Okay, I'm sorry I have to film like this, but with like this, I hope you guys don't mind or like this better. So, where are we gonna go? So anyway, with this format, it's just gonna be similar, but we can apply new things to this one to make it different. So some things I'm interesting is that if like Weezing's gonna be all that like good, considering the fact is that it's yeah, most legendaries in this format rely on their ability. So think about the relevant legendaries right now. Oh, I should have seen that coming. There's what's his name? Maradon. There's Koradon's also pretty good. He's not as good, but still Koradon. We got Glastrier, we got Spectrier, we got Terapagos, who in his base form relies heavily on his ability, not so much in his other form, but still a good ability you want to like have around. So not having that is still, not the greatest. So it's going to be interesting. Also, another Pokemon I want to talk about is Zacian. I feel like Zacian can be good in this format. I feel like it can make a redemption from its fallen era. I hate crits. What the? Wait, what? What was it? Oh, I forgot. The ability. So maybe it will be good, because I'm getting cooked by one right now. Oh my gosh. So, it's just going to be interesting to see how the format develops despite being the same format that we had earlier. So, a couple things to watch out for are weather teams right now, because that's what people are used to with the previous format. So, I feel like Terapagos is going to be good. And I'm not going to be good because I freaking stink at this game. Oh my gosh. It's tracks. It's a huge guy that can just stop it. A lot of the Terapagos are going to be either running choice specs. It could be having like options like Hyper Beam, Terra Star Storm. But Meteor Beam is also, Power Herb is also a great option, which allows it to have Meteor Beam, which can help it just get a special attack boost and keep on going from there. So a couple good Pokemon who I think can support it are a Tailwind user. I'm using Latios because it's one of my favorite Pokemon, but I don't know how good it's gonna be. I'm just throwing it out there. And then you can have Grimmsnarl to like support it with me and Xiao. Incineroar, who can help it get more bulky on the defensive. Amoonguss can help heal it up and keep it healthy. Terapagos, as you guys most likely know, is not the greatest in its normal form, except for its like ability, because it only has base 600, which is a lot lower than the average restricted legendary. But in its other form, it's absolutely bonkers, and having like 700 BST and being so bulky, having a great stat spread. It also is a little slow, but not like it's not really like slow, but its speed is 85, I believe. Yeah, 85. And it doesn't improve upon not Mega Evolving. It's basically Mega Evolving. But it just gets more bulky. And once you already got that defense boost, you can just do that. But being hard countered by Zom is the one main weakness of it. So I covered most things. Wait, I'm going to talk about, what's his name? Maridon, who is horrifying. Because it has Spread, Dazzle, and Gleam. It's just such a stupid special attack stat. And it can make use of. It also is, like, you don't really notice it until you're in the scenario, but its special defense is absolutely amazing. So that's another Pokemon you really want to watch out for. And it can just, like, it doesn't care about the other, usually just KOs most instant. So that's about all I want to talk about. It's what I think is relevant, and have a good Tuesday.